Hey, my name's James Nicholson. Official data is out from the ONS. It says house prices are up, but it also says house prices are down. So in this video, we're going to talk about what types of house are up, what types of house are down, what's the average price for houses officially at the moment, and much, much more. Now, we get lots of different data sources on this channel that we like to talk about. And the reason I get different data sources is because I think you need a varied opinion. Now, this data source is the Office of National Statistics. It's the official data. So there's no arguing with this data. But the problem with this data is it has a bit of a lag. So we also look at other places. We look at Rightmove. Now, Rightmove data is an indicator of asking prices. It's not sold prices, it's the asking prices, but that shows us the coalface, what's happening in the market right now. And so we can see if people aren't dropping their asking prices, that possibly they're not desperate to sell in this market at the moment. We also listen to Halifax on a monthly basis and Nationwide on a monthly basis. Their data is also interesting and useful because being a lender, they know the deals that are in the pipeline right now. So they can say with confidence whether the market is going to drop over the next few months because they've instructed their valuers to go out and value properties. They've agreed mortgages in principle. And so they know what the next few months, at least the next 4 months pipeline is going to be like. So it's always good to get a holistic view on everything that's going on in the market. So we're going to jump into the ONS data. But before we do, as always, if you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We've got new content every single day. We're a smidge away from 24,000 subscribers. Have a look around the video, you'll see how close we are. And while you're here, smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. It means you're just a great person for doing that because it makes a big, big help with the algorithm and pushing more content out. So, ONS data. It's positive and negative at the same time, and I'm going to explain why that is. So this data, as I said, is the official data. It's once the dust has settled, it includes cash sales, it includes mortgage sales and all of that stuff. And this is the March data that they've released now. So they're saying in March this year, house prices increased by 0.7%. Sounds great, but it's not so good. And we're going to go into that. The average house price at the moment is £283,000. And house prices are up on an annual basis, 1.8% up on an annual basis, which is not bad. Now, what's driving this is new builds. I've done a video on this recently, and we're seeing that new build house prices are going crazy. There's a few reasons for that. One is with all the inflation that we've had, cost of materials went up, cost of labour went up, all of the building costs went up significantly. So they've got to pass that on or just stop building for a period of time. And some did stop building. Then the government had some incentives. So you've got some schemes that are out there that are government-backed schemes where you can get the incentives that you get, and that can be used against your payments, reducing your payments for the first couple of years. You've got things like a 1% deposit. All these things mean it's been easier to get a new build property over the last few years, or not necessarily last few years, 6 months. The last 6 months it's been easier to get a new build property. And that meant that new builds, this is crazy, are up 17%. 17%. That's insane how much that's gone up in a year. So that's on a rolling annual basis. New build properties are up. Now, that is feeding massively into average house prices. Of course it is. Now, there's not as many new build sales as like existing houses because they're not building millions of new build properties, but it is significantly higher, and that makes a big dent. And so if new builds start leveling out, or they pause or they drop, they might just stop building temporarily because they don't want to build at a loss. It's important for a house builder to sell a property fast. So what else is going on? Well, the existing properties, that's the type of property I buy where you can add value. Ugly, smelly houses, or normal houses, just maybe the house that you live in already. And so existing properties are actually down for the year now. So for the 12-month period, they're down 1.8%. The average, same number. So the average, when you average these two, because remember, the volume of sales on new builds is a lot less than existing. That's why the average is 1.8. Just in case you look at that and say, well, that doesn't make sense. The volume of these ones is way, way lower than existing, right? But the average existing property is now down 1.8%. A lot of London house prices dropped significantly. I've just done a video on that where central London is down 22%. 22% in a year is a huge drop in that market. And so this could be the start of the house price crash. We don't know for sure. But what we do know is that it's not hitting the new build market. And so the average, we will look at this together, will always be the headline number. So the press, the media, even people like me that do a YouTube video will use the average to get the viewer in. And then I want to break it down so you can really see what's actually happening in the market. And it is not as great as people might say. So yeah, house prices are down. Existing house prices are down. But that is good in some ways, because what a lot of people on this channel want is a bargain. They want to buy at a cheaper price. Mortgage rates have come down in the last year significantly. Wages have gone up. House prices have come down. So that means the affordability is improving for a lot of people. And so once the market gives us the indicators that it's time to go shopping again, maybe we have a stamp duty holiday or some reduced stamp duty that was being talked about. Maybe we get interest rate cuts. Maybe the house prices drop a little bit more. All of these indicators will bring back in the buyers into the market. And so a 1.8% drop isn't great, but it's not a crash at the moment. It could keep moving in that direction though. And when you get a 10% annual drop or more, that's when you're in crash territory. A lot of London is in that area at the moment. The rest of the UK is keeping it going. So what do you think is going to happen longer term? I'd like to know your thoughts and comments. So always do comment on my videos. I personally reply to every single comment on the channel. It takes me hours sometimes, but I really value you as a viewer. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, go and watch some more content on my channel, including this video right here.